Sylvia Plath played the victim, and it worked out for her, to some extent. The piece by Susan Van Dyne, Consuming Rage, The Poetics of Victimization, discusses how Plath used her role as a victim to inspire and produce her poetry. Van Dyne suggests that Plath revised Hughes's own writings to inspire her own. She also suggests that this was a form of revenge for the adulterous acts that Hughes was accused of, this being his affair with Alyssa. The piece also suggests that the marriage between the two was a battle of control. That when Plath wrote on top of Hughes's writings, it was an act of dominance against her unfaithful husband. This can be seen in Sylvia's poem, The Applicant. This poem suggests that marriage is a loveless act and more of a business transaction. This suggests that the marriage shared between Plath and Hughes was distant. Hughes writes in birthday letters how he found comfort in other women. His poem Fidelity discusses how he slept with another woman. She and I slept in each other's arms, naked and easy as lovers, a month of nights, yet never once made love. The affair that Hughes described was not of a sexual nature, but more of human companionship. Yet if there was no love or companionship between the two, why did they continue to stay in an unhappy marriage? They did it for the art, for the poetry. As outlined by the Van Dyne piece, the two inspired each other, and Hughes was a large part of Sylvia's poetry. The emotional abuse that Plath suffered through fueled her art and gave her poetry an emotional substance. Their marriage was a battle of control, in the only form the two knew how to fight in poetry. The two would use similar similes and address the same situation, giving both sides of the story. Both poets have poems titled The Rabbit Catcher. Plath's poem describes how her marriage with Hughes feels like that of a hunter and prey. And we do, too, have a relationship. Tight wires between us, pegs too deep to uproot, and a mind like a ring, sliding shut on some quick thing. The construction is killing me also. Whilst Hughes's poem of the same name also describes their relationship, it is not in such a negative voice. He describes Plath's journey of inspiration in her poetry. Fingers of your verse closed around it and felt it alive. The poems, like smoking entails, came soft into your hands. Both poets used one another for inspiration behind their poetry. However, Plath used the voice of a victim. Maybe to gain revenge against her husband, maybe to gain sympathy for her trauma, or maybe just to write an enthralling poem.